wondered why a Rubik's Cube has 27 smaller cubes, or why there are usually 3 dimensions to most structures? Well, that's the magic.
Hi everyone, I'm Anil Sir, your guide at Student Care Center. Get ready for engaging, informative, and fun-filled educational videos that will make learning a breeze. Join me on this exciting journey as we dive into the fascinating topics together. So let's get started.
Of cubes and cube numbers. You see, a cube number is a number that can be expressed as the product of an integer with itself twice. For instance, if we take the number 2 and multiply it by itself twice, we get 8. That's because 8 is a cube number. Now, cube numbers are more than just a mathematical concept. They're an integral part of our daily life. From the design of structures in architecture to the complexity of puzzles like the Rubik's Cube, cube numbers are everywhere. They help us understand and navigate the world in 3 dimensions. So, cubing a number is like building a 3-dimensional object from a bunch of smaller ones. But what if we need to do the reverse? That's where cube roots come in. Before we dive deeper into the world of cubes, let's take a little musical break. Who says learning can't be fun, right? We're going to lighten things up with a catchy tune that will help you remember the concepts of cubes and cube roots. We call it the Cubic Song. Background music starts. Cubes are fun, cubes are cool. In mathematics, they rule. Multiply it thrice, and what do you see? A bigger number as happy as can be. Cube roots, oh, cube roots, what's your play? Bringing the original back, you say? You reverse the process in a special way, bringing back the original without any delay. Cube numbers, cube roots, dancing in our heads, helping us solve problems, breaking the dread. In our everyday life, in the puzzles we tread, cube numbers, cube roots, enough said. Background music fades. Now, wasn't that a fun and easy way to remember our cubic concepts? Feel free to hum along or even make up your own verses as we continue our journey into the fascinating world of cubes. Let's keep the momentum going and move on to the next part of our cubic exploration. All right, now that we've laid the groundwork for our cubic journey, let's make this learning experience a little more fun. Ever heard of a mnemonic? It's a tool that helps you remember information. And what's a better mnemonic than a catchy tune? So let's dive into the world of cubes and cube roots with a little song. We call it the Cubic Melody. Background music starts. Cube numbers, where do you hide? In every corner, on every side. Multiplied thrice in a 3-dimensional ride. Cube numbers, you're our guide. Cube roots, what's your game? Bringing back the original, that's your aim. You're the inverse, the reverse, the path back to the same. Cube roots, you're never lame. Cube numbers end in 0, 1, 4, 5, 6, or 9. Remember this pattern and you'll be fine. Cube roots of products, identical 3 times, brings back the original every single time. From Rubik's Cubes to architectural designs, in everyday life your presence shines. Cube numbers, cube roots, in our minds you bind, mathematical concepts in a melody entwined. Background music fades. That's the Cubic Melody for you. A quick, catchy way to remember the key concept. For more fascinating insights, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and leave a comment. For further help, feel free to contact Anil Sir at Students Care Center on 99990-60986. It's about cube numbers and cube roots. Remember, learning can be fun, and a little song can go a long way in helping you understand and recall complex ideas. So hum along and let's dive deeper into the world of cubes. Imagine you're an archaeologist, and you've just found a huge cube-shaped artifact. You know it's made up of smaller cubes, but how many? That's where cube roots can help. Cube roots, intriguing as they sound, are simply the inverse operation of cubing a number. In simpler terms, if you have a number and you cube it, that is, multiply it by itself twice, the cube root will bring you back to your original number. Think of it as a mathematical boomerang. Let's illustrate this with an example. If you cube the number 2, you get 8. So the cube root of 8 is 2. The cube root essentially asks the question, what number was cubed to get 8? The answer is 2. Now let's delve a little deeper into the properties of cube numbers and cube roots. Cube numbers, those that are the cube of an integer, have a unique property. They always end in 0, 1, 4, 5, 6, or 9. This can be a handy shortcut when you're trying to figure out if a number is a perfect cube. As for cube roots, they too have their own unique properties. For instance, the cube root of a product of 3 identical numbers is that number itself. Just like an archaeologist can figure out the number of smaller cubes in a big one, you can use cube roots to find the original number that was cubed. Pretty neat, isn't it? Now that you've got a handle on cubes and cube roots, let's see how these concepts apply to real-world situations. You've learned that a cube is a number that's been multiplied by itself twice, and a cube root is the number that, when cubed, gives the original number. It's not just about numbers and equations, though. These concepts have practical applications too. Let's take architecture, for instance. The understanding of cubes is fundamental in the creation of structures and spaces. Architects use the concept of cubes to design buildings that are both aesthetically pleasing and structurally sound. Now let's jump into the world of computer graphics and gaming. Here, the concept of cube roots is often used in 3D modeling and animation. It helps developers create realistic, immersive environments by calculating the volume of objects and spaces within the game. So you see, these mathematical concepts aren't confined to textbooks, they're part of the world around us. They help us solve problems, create beautiful designs, and bring digital worlds to life. Exploring these concepts can open up a whole new world of possibilities. It can provide a new lens through which to view and understand the world around us. So whether you're solving a Rubik's Cube or designing a skyscraper, understanding cubes and cube roots can give you a new perspective. Keep exploring, and you'll discover more fascinating aspects of these mathematical concepts.